Yo, what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Former Insight Podcast with your host, Mattics. And today we got two guests here today, man. We're going to have an interesting conversation today. But first, we're going to start with you. Tell them who you are.
Damien Rhythm Child Williams, a.k.a. the Brooklyn Alien, a.k.a. Lord Bust Out. Medea.
You already know Jimmy Bone's president.
Okay.
Canceled the election. Obama was the bolder move over, and I stepped on it. You know where we at.
Yeah. Straight into it, man. First of all, man, police in the black community, man. A lot of people say that black communities are overly policed. And I think that at this, in 2024, I think it's under-policed, to be perfectly honest. The way how crime is on every turn, every corner is a criminal there. It felt like the criminal board of Monopoly. But you had a different point of view on it.
Yeah, my point of view was that you can't uphold the law when you break the law. Feel me? And I know you like talking about accountability, so the police gotta take accountability for their actions.
Mm-hmm.
All the nonsense that they do, putting plungers in niggas' asses, that don't make no sense. There's no reason why a nigga should get shot 41 times. There's no reason why a man should get a plunger in his ass. There's no reason why when someone got their hands up, they should still get shot. There's no reason why a little boy should be playing with a toy gun and the cops should come and shoot him and then get back in his car and drive away. And nobody went to jail for none of those incidents I just talked about. So at the end of the day, they can't say, oh, the black community is so dangerous, we got to do these actions. The police are dangerous. So what's the solution for what they do? If we getting over-policed for our actions, shouldn't they be policed for their actions?
I hope this video catch your hand that cop siren. Do you see? Do you
Don't
see why that
matter.
cop siren going on right
Nah.
now? Because of nigga activities.
I feel you though, but
Thank
they
you,
can't
siren.
break the law. They can't break the law while they uphold the law. They can't break the law while they uphold the law, because then they should be locking themselves up right after they lock up the people in the black community.
I'm agreeing with that. That the cop is still a criminal. That's the
So-
point that I'm making. The cop is still a criminal. So yes, the cop do abuse the law. Yes, it does happen. But my thing is, as a black man, you owe it to your brother outside of the law. It shouldn't have to take a man to tell you. It shouldn't have to take authority of police to tell you to not harm or kill your people. It shouldn't even be a thing, but it is a thing.
Right.
And my thing is way more people who are shooting innocent kids in drive-bys and cops are killing kids with cap guns or BB guns or toy guns.
Still doesn't justify it.
No, I ain't saying justify anything. I'm just saying it's way more of that. So therefore, let's go with the I think it was Tamir Rice.
Tamir Rice, yeah.
With a gun. Let's be honest. The police got phone calls of this guy.
Kid, 12 years old.
Yeah, the kid. Cause it don't matter. It could be a grown or a kid. They got calls that this kid was in the park with a gun, aiming at people, scaring people, and it's
Right.
videos of that, of him, and people running from him.
What did the cop do? He pulled up, shot him, got back in his car.
No. You gotta give people full context. This guy was literally, the kid was pulling out guns on people in the park. It looked like a real dead ass
I
gun. It was a BB
understand
gun.
that.
It looked real.
Right.
So he pulling on people, and then when the cops get called, like there's a guy in the park with a gun,
Right.
waving at people. When they pull up on him, he pulls the gun at them. And like, oh, bah! But the BB gun and the real gun look identical. You can't but tell that which one is a toy gun.
Still illegal.
No. I'm saying you cannot get mad. What is
Doesn't
the parents
matter.
at?
Doesn't matter. When
does
we
matter.
break the law, we go to jail. Period.
That's not always true.
No, I'm saying if you pulled up and shot a kid because he had a BB gun and it turned out to
Context
be a BB
matter
gun,
though.
it don't matter.
It
It
does.
don't matter when the cops. If someone came to this door right now with a BB gun and they pointed it at you and you stabbed them in self-defense and they found out that was a BB gun, you're going to jail. I promise you're going to jail.
No,
Because New York has unless they attacking you law, they can't. Now at the end of the day, that was in Ohio, right? If you shoot a child without giving him the chance to freeze, or without saying anything, you're going to jail, especially as a black man. You're going to jail. They're not going to try to do no investigation, find out if the kid was a bad kid. They don't even care about that. And another thing, if the cops got a law, if Eric Adams said, yo, Dance Mattics is a criminal, go lock up and stop his podcast, they wouldn't even ask questions. They would lock you up.
No,
and then they would go home to their kids and wouldn't even care.
But think about it, right? Think about it. Once again, we got to give people context. I'm not saying justified or unjust, but the narrative that they killed him because he had a toy gun, they ain't telling people it was a BB gun and that child can't even carry a BB gun, number one. But not even if he could carry a BB gun.
Right.
The fact that the context matter. The videos is out for yourself. Y'all can look at it yourself. He's in the park scaring people like a real gun. So when the cops get a call that it's a real gun,
Right.
and they see a kid aim at them with a gun,
Right.
they're under the presumption that it's a real gun.
Nah,
And they
I
fire. It's unfortunate. My thing is, where's the kid parent at to tell this kid you can't carry type of thing because this can happen?
understand
It's,
that.
it's unfortunate.
But he still broke the law, so he should be treated like
Who broke the law?
being someone that
cop didn't
is
break
a
the
cop.
law.
Yeah, because you can't shoot motherfuckers.
Yes, he
with
did.
BB guns.
It's justifiable because you don't know
and
it's a
he
BB.
ain't, and he
You
can't
don't know it's
shoot
a BB
nobody.
gun until after he's
He
died.
can't shoot people with BB guns. Number
No,
one.
but you see
no.
context
I understand
matter.
what you're saying, though. I understand what you're saying. He didn't know it was a BB gun, right?
Mhm.
But it don't matter. That's still
It
against
does.
the law.
It's context.
There's been people that have been shot with BB guns,
It's
and
context.
they don't care.
No, but it's context of
They
why
just
they
shot another kid, what,
So
6 days
therefore-
ago? 6
watch
days ago,
this.
some kid just got shot in his
this.
hand.
So what about that? All right, boom. Just the other day in Brooklyn, a kid got 15-year-old kid got shot in his head. 15-year-old kid, innocent, by thugs, drive-bys. A little girl got killed in her stroller
Right.
by thugs, drive-by. There's way more of that happening than a cop mistakenly killing a kid.
Now, when
Or
the
a BB
cops,
gun.
when the thug who shoot that little girl goes to court, is there any action? Are they asking if the little girl was a gang member? Or they don't ask her. Hold on, they don't ask if the little girl is a gang member and what she did before. You shot the little girl. We got you. You going to jail, right? When a
That's
cop
innocent.
shoots someone, oh, let's find out if he threw up gang signs on Facebook. Let's see what he was doing before.
No.
What's his name? Abner Louima got a plunger in his ass.
And the cops is wrong.
They did not go to jail.
Let's
and
not
they
talk
went
about
to
Rodney
war.
King.
Rodney King
No.
got his ass beat.
First
Don't
of
matter.
all,
Got his
if I-
ass
no,
beat.
No, hold on. If I am mistaken, in Adewima case, the cops did go to jail.
No, they did not. I just looked it up. That's why I came here with a list. There's a list
The
of
plunger,
people.
they got arrested
No,
for the
They
plunger
didn't know.
part.
They put a plunger in his ass. He beat the case. He sued them and won, but he
Oh, all
beat
right.
the case.
I'm
41
mistaken.
shots. I
All
came
right,
here
all
with
right.
a list.
Now watch it. All right.
So
Now,
many
even-
black people get killed. My cop. There's a Wikipedia page on it.
All right. No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
My fault.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. I understand what you're saying. Now, in the case of, I believe that there should be more thugs who basically kill each other, whatever, than cops who kill people. Why? Because cops should be trained. They should be trained to assess the situation. Now, there's this thing that I'm big on, and I'm big on common sense. A kid is waving a BB gun, right? The cops get a call. No shots were fired. You know, like you're waving this gun, you're scaring mad people, but no shots were fired. Therefore, the cops should come to the situation with a different mindset. You're not coming to the situation with the mindset of shots were fired. You're coming to a situation that, okay, this is an underage kid. This is a kid who's waving a gun. So common sense, the gun might not be real because of the fact that no shots were fired. The cops should draw their weapon, of course, but the cops should also use their voice and communicate to this child and basically tell the child to drop the weapon. The cops could even go as far as asking, is it a real weapon in your hand, while having their weapons drawn. But I would say that we cannot use the excuse anymore for cops to say that, okay, in the heat of the moment, okay, they were scared for their lives and this and that. FBI is trained well. Cops should be trained well. If you are, no matter what service the army you're in, you're trained, which means that you approach your situation not like a civilian, but you approach the situation like a trained professional. I feel that in some cases, when some people obtain that ranking of a profession where they now have the permission to carry a weapon, like it creates a psychological imbalance in their hand, and they're ready to use that weapon almost equivalent to like Thor using his hammer. And they just like they just like pull it out. Boof! He had a weapon. He had a joint. He had a weapon. He had a joint. But you have to be able to assess the situation.
But that's not true though. The data shows, literally, that black people, cops, are more scared and more reluctant to actually shoot the black person. But the narrative is they're killing left and right. Look at the situation that happened last week with Dexter Reed, the black guy. The cop ain't know that it was no guns fired. Report, no shots fired. The cop got shot by a guy at the car. Pow! And he got shot, and everybody mad that the cop shot him. But he shot a cop. There was no cause. He already was out on bond for a gun charge. Another case with a black lady who shot the guy in a traffic stop, and the car was under the guy who had a warrant for some kind of drug transaction going on. Anyway, he had a warrant for his arrest. So mind you, there's no shots being fired. They go there and the cops get shot, right? I'm saying, yes, officers should be better trained. But at the end of the day, we're making it seem like on an everyday basis by a large scale that cops are killing these people at the same rate or the same way on a consistent basis. But we leave out most of the cops' killings that's killing black people by reports. You look at it, it's literally something else happened and lead to justifiable shooting. Some ain't justifiable. The ones that's not justifiable, let's have that conversation. Let's stop painting the thugs as a martyr, as a hero, because we're reaching so much for hope. So now when it comes down to the black community, right? Because you mentioned Rodney King earlier. Let's be real. Let's look at Rodney King case. The video is out on YouTube world. Look at yourself. Over 20-something minutes. Rodney King was wrong as hell. And the cops was OD'd as hell. So both scenarios, both of them was wrong. But he was drunk on a high-speed chase, mad traffic stops, and rumors was he had already beat up a lady police officer. That's what y'all don't hear about. But I'm gonna say allegedly.
Hold on, let's add in that. No, let's add in that he did. Let's just say that he did. No. Let's say he did beat up a woman police officer and shit down her neck. Let's just add that in there.
Go ahead. If that happens, when they first got him on the floor, they told him freeze. They ain't just hit him for no reason. He's on the floor. He got up and lunged at a cop, and the cop hit him, and he fell back down. Then the cops OD'd on him. Right. So the narrative is that they beat up an innocent man. Tell people they beat up a criminal.
Even if they did,
and the cops are
the
criminals also. At the point I'm saying, both was wrong. Why we can't tell people that both people was actually wrong in the scenario?
The reason why is we know Rodney King was wrong. We're not denying that. Hold on.
No, people don't.
That's because it's been so long. But people then, even he said, I was high on angel dust. He was wrong. The problem is you can't police me without policing yourself. You can't say, yo, he did all this and he beat up a female cop and shit down her neck. Let's say he did do that, okay, and y'all beat the hell out of him. So what should happen to y'all?
No.
Well, hold on. And then, like you said about Tamir Rice with the gun, about Philando Castro. They told him, reach for your weapon. He reached for his weapon as instructed and got shot in his chest. As instructed. He did what he was told to do. He went and got his gun license legally. Reached for his weapon as instructed legally. Told the cops, I have a legal gun legally. Shot in his chest. No one goes to jail. If that happens to you, if you shoot someone by mistake, you're going to jail. That's the problem that the public have with the police. The average black person who has common sense knows that the black community is more violent and there's shit going on out here that we need to be policed. But we cannot trust the police.
That's the point that I'm making.
How are we going to trust the police?
You prove my point. That's the point that I'm making.
This is the thing. How are we going to trust the police with his cops raping girls in Coney Island?
No.
while they in handcuffs?
No. Listen.
How are we gonna trust them when if you go to the police precinct, you might get a plunger in your ass?
Watch this.
Will you feel good in the police
watch
precinct?
this. He judging all the cops by the bad fruit apples, right? The fruit bad
so
apples, right?
Police are judging us by the bad apples.
No, hold on. But we would get mad if police judge all of us.
They do. That's why they over-police us. They literally over-police us.
Hold on. You get mad at that and say that's some discrimination going on, but you do it to the cop. So you are a hypocrite yourself. My whole point is in the community, we bring up one-offs and say, see, and paint all the cops for one-offs. And I'm saying the cops are not innocent. I'm not saying they're innocent.
Right.
But there's far more of this happening amongst ourselves. It's not one-offs amongst ourselves. It's on a daily basis.
It's not one-off with the police. There's a Wikipedia page. Hold on. Not of cops killing black people.
I'm talking about you made it about handcuffing and raping somebody.
Yeah. Hold on. That happened in Coney Island. It also happened in Memphis, so that's not a one-off.
No. I mean by one-off, I mean like it's an outlier.
It is an outlier. It happens.
But in the community, it's happening on a daily basis amongst black on black.
It happens. Hold on. It happens so much.
And we wonder why the cops are in our neighborhoods. It's because this shit is happening on a regular basis.
Let me ask you a
question,
question,
an issue with no snitching culture, and then we get mad when crimes don't get solved.
Now go
ahead.
You brought up no snitching, right? See, there's two cultures of no snitching. The culture that's popularized about no snitching was created by the mafia when they said if you commit a crime, yada yada, you're not supposed to snitch. But no snitching really comes from poor communities not wanting to call the police, because when the police get there, everybody's going to get hurt. That's where that comes from.
That's a lie, bro.
No, it don't. Black people used to not want to. Remember, the mafia created no snitching, but the black community back in the South did not call the police, because when the police was called, everybody might get hurt. You call the police because someone hurt you, they might bring you in. This still happens to this day. People call the police on their mentally ill children. The police shoot the mentally ill child. That's crazy.
No, watch this.
So you don't even want to call the police.
No. See, that's also a cop-out. Because the same people who are calling the police, guess what color are they? They're black people who calling the police.
Yeah, and
hold on. Now, the cops don't come in the area, they're racist. If they come in the area, they're racist because they're over-policing black people. The issue is we got to hold our own people accountable. If it ain't a crime-heavy area, you won't be overly policed. It goes back to the few that ruined the bunch. That's the issue. The few keep having the same offenses over and over and get released back into the public and back into the area, and they scared people to don't snitch it. I don't care who created it. The thing in the black community, it's the worst thing ever, because in the white community, the civilians help out the police, so therefore they solve the crimes at a higher rate. In the black community, the civilians are told you are a snitch if you tell on a person who's a known criminal. So now when it comes to that way, you wonder why crime not being solved in the neighborhood, you call them racist, and then just now on live, you heard it. Just now on live, you heard this, right? That shows you we in a crime-ridden area.
That was an alleged police siren. That could have been an ambulance for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem.
Allegedly.
True.
I have no problem with police in our communities, but at the same time, like I said, I understand you and I understand you. I feel that the same way that we get looked into on a daily basis, I feel that cops should get looked into on a monthly basis, if not a daily basis.
Right.
A lot of things get swept onto the rug just because of the fact that they hold the title of police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends who are police officers, but then at the same time, I also know that some police officers are crooked. I have friends who like to hang out on the street, but at the same time, I know that they're not thugs.
Right.
But go back to the few ruined the bunch. The reason why you have a bunch of parties shutting down early, guess why you have it? Ain't because the police want to shut the party down early because they be assholes. It's because niggas mess up opportunity. They just shot up Eid. Hold on, they shot up Eid in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But innocent people got shot. Women and men got shot by other thugs, right? And then you wonder why the cops are in the community, and you wonder why things are shut down early. And we don't attack the problem and keep saying the issue is the cop over policing us. No, if they had mad cops at the moment right there, I ain't saying guaranteed the shooting probably would still happen. But I'm just saying
it would not have happened. More than likely.
Yeah.
People would have thought twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was overly policed, oh shit, I may get shot.
But here's the thing about, it's not about them overly policing us. Common sense people know if you're in a crime-ridden neighborhood, you need to have more police there. If you're in the area, it's how they police us. You cannot police a community if you have no connection to the community. They should not have incentives for locking people up. They should have incentives for helping the community. That's why we don't like the way that they're policing us. We understand that there's a shooting on the block, that there's gangs down the block. But like I said, if the people that police you might put a plunger in your, if there's no reason, hold on, without even saying it, like really think about it.
Name more cases with plungers in the ass. Name more cases.
It don't have to be more. Would you work for an organization that was known to put one plunger in somebody's ass? If you would, like,
yes,
really,
I would.
You would. Y'all would. If they was like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you, but nobody got in trouble for it. If they was told that they held some man down, put a plunger in, but no one got in trouble for it.
You're gonna have incompetent people in every system that you go to.
I understand that. If no one gets held accountable for it,
I'm gonna say the bad apple ruins the bunch on both sides.
Right.
Because if police were always upstanding, we would never have the term pigs.
Right.
We would never have the term pigs, right? Like if people within the society were upstanding, we would never really have the term thugs.
If the police were so upstanding, when their children get locked up, they wouldn't be rushing down the police station. They would be sitting there like, everything's going to be fine. This is why I went, because my father was a cop and my uncle was a cop, retired, and he told me that when they left police academy, when they got to that precinct, they said, "Oh, that shit you heard was bullshit. There's only one color, blue. If they ain't a cop, they are an enemy." That's what they told them. The community, this is why they call them us perpetrators or possible perpetrators, before we even know what's going on. The perpetrator. You don't even know what the person did the crime. I watch Law and Order all day. SVU. You hear how they talk? The perp. How do you know he's a perp? They don't even call people citizens. They call them perpetrators.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying,
male perpetrator.
So at the end of the day, y'all not even trying to. Y'all don't even see us as people. How can we be policed by people who don't see us as people?
We don't see each other as people.
No. I'm not even, not just black people. The whole people. People, period.
The people are not talking the black community, right? We're talking about this topic, the overly police. We don't see each other as people. That's my issue. So you cannot get mad that they don't view a thug as a person when the thug don't view a citizen as a person.
Right,
it's a hypocritical thing going on.
But that's saying that we're all thugs, though, because they know that we're not all thugs.
No. I'm not saying that.
No.
They're not all pigs.
No. I'm not saying that you're saying that. But if they view, there's mad thugs in East New York, are they all thugs in East New York?
No, they're not.
They don't view nobody in East New York as a person, because they said it's blue versus everybody else. If you talk to a cop, talk to your cop friends and ask them. They're going to tell you, they said it's blue versus everybody else. So we're not people. So who do they work for? They don't work for us. They work for the government. And if the government tomorrow said everybody in this room has to put on a mask, or if they don't, they're going to get locked up, guess what's going to happen? Just like they did 4 years ago. You couldn't go outside without a mask, and the police said, you can't come here without a mask. When they told the police, you got to put a mask on, now wait a minute. Why do I got to put a mask on? Police, you got to get drug tested. Now wait a minute. Why would we want people who don't even want to get drug tested? They don't even want to get drug tested.
But that had nothing to do with them over policing black people. I'm saying the police are not perfect. They do got some fixing going on. I would never deny that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the reason why they're in our neighborhood and we acting dumb. Like we don't understand why they're in our neighborhoods not a siren.
You know the
Allegedly.
thing.
Could be an ambulance. Could be an ambulance. We're not sure.
No. But
I know how that police sound. It's like two whoop whoops and then there's one.
I mean, the thing that I've noticed. I believe I believe that crime happens in almost every neighborhood, but as black people, I just feel that we're loud. Well, like we're loud because it's a part of our culture. Like, yo, what's up? Blah 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 blah. Like for instance, certain days out of the week, I'm teaching in predominantly Italian neighborhoods, right? And I'm seeing people just gone because their drug of choice, the drugs that they're selling, is pills. Like it's pills, and and they're just like kind of like just like zooted. They could be hanging out in the corner. There's even this van, this known van that everybody knows what's going on in the van. There's this Italian girl. She had one child. Like she has a bunch of like pimps.
Allegedly.
She has a bunch of pimps around her, and like she's definitely taking some kind of drugs, like maybe meth, because her teeth is like beginning to vanish. She's wearing wigs. She's basically prostituting right on Avenue N, selling the
Allegedly.
stuff. Right, allegedly. Right. Things are going on. Things are going on in this van. She comes into my boy's pizzeria. She's asking for a tab. My boy's like this. I can't, like I can't give you any tab. Like your bill is already at, like through the roof or whatever. But yo, there's no cops, police in this area, even though
they're breaking the law.
Even though they're breaking the law.
Why is that?
But you walk out of the junction. And just because people are like this, yo, what's up? Shooting dice and whatever. Sorry, but you can't hang out here. You can't hang out here.
I'm gonna give you. See, you went with feeling over the fact. Now you went with feeling. The fact is that area do have police in the area. It's not overly policed because the most violent crime is not happening in that area at the alarming rate. Right. So at the junction, Flatbush Junction, that shit. Yo, UK, I'm lying. Flatbush Junction, even Cash Noah spoke about that shit. That shit was a blood terror. They were cutting people's face like crazy on Flatbush Junction. And you know why there's so much cops over there? Because the crime is happening, the most violent crimes. So therefore, they got to put more cops in those areas. And I'm saying it's our reason, our fault why they're there. So therefore, we mentioned drugs. Fine, you're right. That can happen. But unfortunately, taking a drug and you passing out or you twist it versus somebody getting shot and stabbed and murdered on the spot.
As long as it's not crack back in the 90s.
On the crazy part, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, god damn, son, it's happening way too much. So you're going to have more cops in that area.
Well, there's drugs, there's open prostitution. Somebody got shot in front of a store the other day.
Drugs aren't bad as long as they're using it, because let that have been a black person in 1999 selling drugs with no violence, he would have got 25 years. Right? No. So, yeah, because they was locking people up for selling crack. No violence.
Not 25 years, though.
He would, three strikes, you
Harlem,
was out.
Everybody was getting locked up.
3 strikes, you was out. So you was caught 3 times selling crack, 25 years. Now, this is my whole thing, right? Like you said, there's nothing violent happening over there, so they're not over there, right? But there's still laws being broken. So if they really care about people breaking the law, and if you know about this situation, then they know about this situation. But there's not a violent crime happening. There's no newsworthy crime happening. So they let that shit slide. But they're still breaking the law, right? They're still breaking the law, true. Right? So shouldn't they, for this woman's own safety, who's being sex trafficked, allegedly, they're not doing nothing about it, right? They're not doing nothing about it, right? The sex trafficking going right up the block, allegedly. Man, police out here, right? What's the difference? Because they know that they can't get away with it over there.
Watch this. Pennsylvania Avenue, East New York, have been sex trafficked central since the 90s, maybe even the 80s. You barely see any cops over there. Why is that?
Now.
No, I'm saying they're over there, but not really over there. You know why? No one's really getting murdered in that area. Just selling pussy over there. People are actually getting murdered more towards Linden side.
Allegedly.
So they're more... Yeah, allegedly. They're more on that side. They're more on Bama's side. They're more on my side. Although that's also crime. They're gonna focus more on put the crime unit who for heavy narcotics, whatever, in the drug-ridden area. Now, when you mentioned about the being louder, the issue ain't being louder. The issue is who's doing the more crime. That's the issue. It ain't being loud. Yo, what's up, bro? It's not the issue because we've always been loud as people, right? In the community, when we all was God-fearing people, when we had mother, husband, and son together in the house, or daughter in the house, or whatever, and we all went to church, and we were biblical, and we were God, right. We always been like, hey, cookout, we always been loud. The cop never really harassed you and shut down barbecues. Now, they got to shut down barbecues and loud and big functions because of the few who fucks it up for the many. They will shoot up whole barbecues with it's just wilding out there, bro.
So
now to save other people's lives, unfortunately, Little right here and Pookie fucked it up, y'all. And we get mad.
Let me ask you a
question. We mad
question.
at the cop and not mad at the reason it's being shut down.
Let me ask you a question though. You said to save people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Who? You said to save people's lives.
Yeah.
Who got it?
Shut down the lungs functioning.
So to save people's lives, should we shut down the police? Because they're killing people. All right. So why should our shit get shut down and not theirs? My thing is this. I agree with what you're saying. Halfway. There should be a lot of police in the area, but there should not be people that are trained for 6 months in any area with a gun. It takes longer for me to get a license to do here than it do for me to become a cop and possibly take your life.
Yeah.
So
in other countries,
we not even.
In other countries, the police training is insane.
So
the
why,
police are like cyborgs.
So why is it got to be 6 months?
Give some countries.
Like for instance, Sweden, Switzerland.
They get drug tests,
right? Yeah.
So why would
drug tests?
Would you trust someone that doesn't have to get drug tested? Like, listen to this.
Yeah.
Now you got to take a drug test to deliver mail, right? Right? You got to get drug tests to deliver mail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't got to get. And then I could see if they said, "Oh shit, we didn't have to get drug tests." They got mad. NYPD got mad when they said,
cops
"Why
do
you
get drug tests?"
No, they don't have to. It's not mandatory. Number one, it's not mandatory.
I looked up to it. You got to do the drug test.
No, but it's not mandatory. Random drug test.
But even
now, then not only that, hold on, right? They got mad when people said, "Why are the police in New York able to have sex with people that they handcuff? It's not against the law. Why? How does that make any sense to you to say that this is not against the law? No, not in New York City. Look it up. It's not against the law for New York. I'm telling you, I came here prepared.
No, bro.
I'm
not that right there. I'm not believing.
Telling
you know why?
Because that's how Shorty beat. That's how they beat the case.
No,
in Coney Island.
A lot of people don't tell people the truth.
No,
right about certain cases, man. Once again, I give a prime example. Go back to Dexter Reed again. Everyone really thinks Dexter Reed got shot over a traffic stop. Or got shot over seatbelt violation. He got shot for shooting at
the police.
No, but we know this. But the mass media to this day still saying he got killed over a seatbelt violation. I'm like, no. So even when it goes down to a lot of people, like even with Tory Lanez, people still think that Tory Lanez is in jail for shooting Meg. She's not in jail for shooting Meg. He in jail for violation.
Right.
Like, people don't understand it. So mind you, these cases. It's literally illegal for a cop to fuck somebody handcuffed.
And why they ain't go to jail?
I don't know. To be perfectly honest,
got fired.
I'm not
so
even going to be.
No,
hold on. I'm not going to be ignorant up here and give an ignorant answer.
Yeah.
Well, technically, I am ignorant to the topic. So I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know the actual details. But when I get into details, I guarantee you it's something that I see why. It might be still wrong, but I'm telling people over and over. Yes, the cop is every system. Have people who is incompetent in every system. You cannot defeat that, right?
That is true.
Every system. Yeah. So you're going to have incompetent cops. You're going to have that. My point is, when you point out the few bad cops who do some fucked up shit, I'm not defending these niggas. What about that the dude Sutton Shavers? It's a white guy. I'm gonna put my thing. Sutton Shavers. Matter of fact, look at my phone right now.
Incompetence is shooting at a car because you thought you heard gunshots. That's incompetence.
Yes.
But putting a plunger in somebody's ass is not incompetent. That ain't nothing incompetent about that. There ain't even no plungers in the police bathroom in the precinct. You been in the precinct?
There's no even
plunger. So how did the plunger get from where was that? There's no plungers in the bathroom. The same thing that happened
with Tyreek Nichols. The black cops who beat Tyreek Nichols to death. That's not incompetent, right? It's still a crime.
That's a crime.
No, both are crime and both is heinous. Both is violent because one end up killing the guy and the guy didn't die, but it's violation to the max.
So
right?
The reason why black people go ahead.
The dude the white guy named Daniel Shavers.
I never heard of that.
The dude when a hotel, the cop told him to put his hands up, had him there the whole time, get him ordered and smoked him. That shit was so crazy, bro. He gave him orders and still smoked him.
That shit is crazy.
Like just straight up, I'm like, what the fuck? But he's white.
Yeah.
So it's no major out. I'm like, yo, this shit should be. He should be fired and put to jail for life without parole.
Without
He
parole.
straight up just murdered this dude.
Yeah.
When I'm saying cops like that, I'm agreeing with you.
Right.
Cops like that should be held to a higher standard. Even, you know what?
I think all cops should be held to a higher standard.
No, I get that. Could take an oath. I get that.
They should all be.
But
held
when
to a
you
higher
kill
standard.
somebody like that, like recklessly, whatever, I think they should get more time than 25 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're given more of outlier scenarios versus why the cops are in the neighborhood. When I'm saying the cops are in the neighborhood, if you hate the cops in the neighborhood, encourage black people to become cops and police your own neighborhood.
There are black cops, and just like they
no,
were black overseas.
no, I ain't saying that. I'm talking about police your own neighborhood. The reason why a lot of cops are coming from different areas because not a lot of people are even applying for cop to be an officer. Just last year, around like 2,000 police officers just quit. Cause you know why they quit?
Because of
Cause they
COVID.
not even they put at their hands tied behind their back. They arrest the thug 4 or 5 times with the same crime, then go to 20 times, same crime. He come right back out on the street in New York. The leftist rules sound good on paper, but it don't work in reality.
So you're saying
So
that black people
therefore-
should create like an organization of just black people where they police the neighborhood?
No, I'm saying no.
no, of just
black
people that they
saying
should-
that we should do that. So I'm saying you can't say I'm for Black Panther, blah blah, and you don't want to even police your own neighborhood, or even become a police officer to even police your neighborhood. You have to fix it from the inside. You cannot keep saying I don't like that from the
So,
outside.
hold on.
I don't like
So,
that.
hold on.
Then you go into the program and then fix it.
Hold on.
And most of our one thing before you go.
Go ahead.
Here's the issue that I really have. I'm gonna over and over until the horse died 5 times. I'm gonna stomp this horse out until whatever happened to this horse, nigga. At the end of the day, if we don't like the police in our neighborhood and how they police us, don't give them the reason to come in the neighborhood.
Right.
They're in the neighborhood because of Pookie and Ray Ray's ODing and keep getting second, third, fourth, fifth chances. And if we as black people say, fuck that no snitching shit, I'm going to tell this person, therefore, they won't have to employ way more cops in the area because he'll be convicted. Being that he's not convicted and keep coming back home, he brainwashes other people and recruit more minions under his leadership. So therefore, my sister almost got robbed the other day walking a dog.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's fucked up.
Walking a dog, and this dudes with, chop out for her dog, dude. Had I knew that, I wouldn't be here in this podcast right now.
You almost got robbed walking up the steps.
Look, and my thing is this, and then you wonder why the community need more police. It's because we need to build more jails for niggas. And I'm going to tell you why I mean by niggas. The jail right now is overly populated with stupid-ass crimes, and you can't mix them with the severe crimes, right? So therefore, they keep getting let go. Build some more jails and put those motherfuckers over there. We be in a better place, so therefore the cops won't have to be in our community so much because we so scared of cops. But yet, every time something happens, who do we call? It ain't Ghostbusters.
Don't call the crackhead. Remember that commercial?
Yeah, that's
Oh my God. Yeah.
Call a crackhead.
Here's my thing, right? So
Go ahead.
I got a couple points to make. You're saying that one of the solutions is we should get like some type of organization to police ourselves if we don't want to call the police, right? Possibly, right? That could do good to, keep black people on their toes in the neighborhood, right?
Nope.
That's not what you're saying? You don't think that we should?
He's basically saying to join the police force. We should apply for jobs within the police force so that we can change the police force.
Yes.
Right.
And you were saying before that.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Our mayor was a cop. So we got mad black cops. It ain't helping because the shit's still the same way it is. In fact, it's even worse.
No,
now, my second point is,
That's not what I'm saying, though.
I understand that.
Mayor Adams can do it by himself.
No.
I'm saying the black people who complain about it, they need to literally be in the system to change it. Because right now, and we in New York, if you don't have a right to carry, you're not going to stop criminals from still carrying illegal weapons. So if you have an outside black militia of men with no guns,
Not really gonna
It
work.
ain't gonna work.
Well, hold on. All right. So one of my things is I can't speak for cops in the heat of the moment. When you in the heat of the moment and it might be your life against theirs, I completely understand that. Like I said, I wasn't even complaining about the toy gun thing because it could be a real gun. But that still doesn't justify the fact, because if it's one of us in the heat of a moment, like I said, if they're not trained to know what to do, how are we supposed to know what to do? We're not trained to deal with police contact. They didn't teach us that in third period in math. No one was taught how to deal with police contact. It's figure it out when it happens and hope you don't get shot in your face.
It's parenting.
No.
Yes.
No, not all, but none of our parents don't know how to deal with police contact.
This is my issue.
No, hold on. So who's supposed to not even just black? Who's supposed to teach the citizens? And the police know this. So since they know that, if they have a gun and they're scared, what about the citizens without the guns? They're terrified because you have a gun. If I'm afraid of you because you might have a gun, they're definitely afraid of you if you do have a gun. So they're not going to know how to react.
Watch
right?
this.
So now, hold on. So now, and like I keep saying, they can't justify, oh, it's fucked up out here, so we have to. It's not about the over policing. It's the bad policing of the black neighborhoods. You cannot police a community if you're not in touch with the community. It's never going to work. You're not going to see them as someone on equal terms with you. You're only going there to do a job. Once that 8-hour shift is done, you're shooting back home. You're not worried about them. I think that police should have to, because it's going to be very hard to take the life of people that you're around all the time. And it's very hard for these people to not want to talk to you. They're going to want to communicate with you and cooperate with you more, and less things will happen.
I also believe
What
that
people more afraid of? A cop with a gun and they don't have a gun, or a thug with a gun and they don't got a gun?
That depends on who you ask.
No. Overall, who's more afraid? A civilian is more afraid of a thug with a gun and they don't have one, or a cop with a gun and they don't have one? Let's be honest.
No, he's more than likely afraid of the thug with the gun, but there will always be thugs, just like there will
That's
always.
the point that I'm making. You
Right.
will always have thugs with illegal guns.
But then you will always have.
Unfortunately, that's going to drive more of the crime. I mean, more of the cops in that area.
There's nothing wrong with the cops being in the area. It's the cops taking accountability. You have to take accountability. You cannot tell the community to take accountability if you don't. People got to lead by example.
I agree with that part.
So
that
since
I agree
the
with.
police
Yeah.
want us to take accountability and want us to do something about our bad community, they have to take accountability. Like I say, when you put a plunger in somebody's ass, you deserve to go to jail. There's no reason why you don't. Because that's an extreme.
No,
I'm gonna keep using that extreme, right?
No. I'm saying is this, right?
I'm
You can use that one extreme.
41 shots.
And I'm cool with that. But I can give you a bunch of black on black extremes that happened this week.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Let's get some updates on them extremes. They get some.
But hold on.
Let me
ask you a question.
On the cops' extremes.
Just like you
happening.
said that the average person is afraid of a thug with a gun more than they're afraid of a cop with a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like if those extremes go to court, that without the system being in the way that it is now, where no one's going to Rikers Island because of the fucked up justice system and them not wanting to fix it, right? Do you feel like if regular people get on the stand, those people that committed those extremes will receive prison time, any prison time? Do you feel like those people will go to prison? Do you feel like that?
Yeah, they'll receive prison time.
Are you 100% sure that 100% sure, not even over 50% sure that if a cop does an extreme, he will go to jail? Because they don't.
No, hold on.
So that's the problem.
No, I'm agreeing with you with that.
Right.
That's a different argument I'm having.
No,
I'm agreeing with you with that.
Because
cops do in the system, they do stuff and get away with it. That is a fact.
But that's the answer to the question
like saying
of why police don't want
who works at the post office, who was an asshole stealing shit, they should be fired immediately. Unfortunately, they got a great ass union that will keep them employed, which is grimy. But that's just their union, and I'm agreeing with that. Mm-hmm. That person should be held accountable for doing things against their oath or against their contract. I'm agreeing with that.
Right.
My argument ain't that.
So let me ask you a question.
My argument is when people acting like they don't understand why the cops are in our area, they shouldn't be there, but then you call the cops when somebody gets shot.
All right, so I understand why the cops are in the area, right, or in our neighborhoods. I believe that the cops should be in our area and should be in our neighborhoods. I get what you're saying in the sense of some cops are being placed in neighborhoods that they don't even understand. They don't understand the culture. Like you step outside in the hood, you see a cop with blonde hair and blue eyes. To me, that cop is most likely to
Slim Shady.
become nervous, nervous at a faster rate when put into a situation, which means that they are more prone to draw their guns. I believe that when the chiefs and sergeants higher up are dispersing the officers and putting them into neighborhoods, you should put them into neighborhoods that they understand. Or at least if you cannot put two cops into a neighborhood that they understand, you put one with blonde hair, blue eyes, and you put one
with
that's
some braids.
Exactly. Exactly. So that they can have have a hands-on experience and learn. Like, okay,
that sound good on paper, but go ahead.
Right.
Sound good on paper.
So I'm like a martial artist, right? And the martial arts martial arts code is it's better to hurt than to injure, and it's better to injure than to kill.
Right.
And I believe that should be a code that's adopted by the cops.
Right.
If you're gonna draw your weapon in moments of being scared, there is something, like when I teach and when I tell my students, I said, you know what, you're in a situation, there is out of control fright and there's control fright.
Right.
Out of control fright is like, I feared for my life. I snapped his neck. Control fright is, I feared for my life, so I punched him dead in his nose because I know that would have him drop.
Right.
Right? Control fright is assessing the situation and saying, okay, this person doesn't look like a straight jab to the nose is going to be enough to take them out. I broke his knees because I feared for my life.
Right.
You see, so I'm taking all other options before I choose the option that I cannot reverse.
But most cops do that. I'm gonna prove my point.
They definitely do.
Most cops do that.
Do.
That's the point that I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even when they do that, the black people still get mad that they did that. For example, when that same kid with the girl shot the cop, he kept telling her, stop. She keep interfering with his investigation.
Yeah.
He literally pulled out drugs out her thing, although she already in a legal car. He tried to handcuff her because she detained her for a second. She runs. He pulled out his taser. I'm going to tase you. Then actually tased her. And people said, why is he tasing her? I said, she ran from her and jumped in the car to escape.
Right.
He tased her. He did all proper protocol.
Yeah.
That's what happened. She reached for the gun.
Shot
And he said, put the gun down. She said, pah, shot him in the stomach. And he finally shot her. So I'm just saying, even in that scenario, people said the cop was wrong because he's overly policed. That makes no sense.
I agree.
I'm saying in cases when cops do fuck up, let's bring these cases to the forefront and have a discussion. Unfortunately, just like every couple years, I have my phone too, cops kill people, black people, around 200 per year in the whole country. But they kill white people like in the 400s per year on average, right? Kind of like that. So out of that 200, we got to start saying, yo, that girl who got killed by that cop is part of the 200.
Yeah.
Right.
We think that every cop who killed a black person in 200 is automatically just a bunch of George Floyds going on. I'm like, no, it's actually more rare that happens, but unfortunately, this guy got killed, he got killed, she got killed. If you go by case, you'll find out that most of them are actually justified. The one that's not justified should be the mainstream talk conversation. But we don't have that. But, hold on.
Go ahead.
But in Chicago alone, black people kill black people, 400 people died, 500 people died,
Chicago,
right? New York, 400 people died by black on black men killing, right? And we say, oh, don't label it black on black crime. It's just crime. So by that logic, don't label police on black people that way. It's just crime. We hate when we say that part, but it all makes sense. The reason why it's black on black crime, because we do it at a epidemic level.
Yeah.
and it's almost extinction levels, and it's crazy. And it be like in the 89 years of recorded lynchings, it's been recorded around like 34 to 39, let's say 100 lynches of black men and black women in the country alone. I would say 2 years. We have passed that amongst black on black murders in one fucking calendar year or in 2 calendar years. And then we wonder why the police is in the area the way that they are, because it cries for it. Every night, and let's go with COVID. 2020 COVID in the summertime. We were locked down till the summertime happened. Summertime open up. They start having you had little small gatherings. Go ahead outside. Yo, in East New York alone, it was like 14 homicides in 2 weeks. 14 homicides. And then they blamed the cops because the cops went on strike. They said, defund the police for George Floyd. And the cops, you know what? I'm going on strike for a second. They blamed the cops. Oh, if y'all was in the area, Pookie wouldn't shot John. But then you said to fund the cops. So they backed up and now they killing each other. Oh, y'all ain't come fast enough. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. The reason why it was in the first place is because no one wants to hold the nigga accountable. It's black people than it's niggas. We gotta start holding niggas accountable and fuck these golden lords. These niggas are my camera. What's wrong with my camera? Y'all niggas act like golden lords. I'm tired of y'all niggas, man. Y'all destroy everything. Y'all like roaches, man.
But you gotta understand, right? I'm glad you brought up George Floyd. The reason why people, the thing about the George Floyd thing wasn't about Derek Chauvin doing that. To me, that was, shit happens. There's always some asshole doing some fucked up shit. So all y'all cops stood around and watched somebody break the law, and none of y'all said, yo, boy, you wildin'? None of y'all, because he's a cop, right? So they have this secrecy, the no snitching you was talking about. They have that with themselves. They don't tell on themselves.
They're arrested. No, I'm agreeing with that.
No, hold on. They don't tell on them. They don't tell on themselves.
You're right about that.
Right? So how are we, like I keep saying, how are we supposed to trust people that won't tell them? They won't even stop themselves from breaking the law in their fucking face. They watched this nigga kneel on this nigga neck, and all of them sat there. No one said, yo, boy, they got cameras. They ain't even say, yo, they got cameras. Yo, kill him in the car. They ain't even least say that.
Even on the regular street fight on the street.
They ain't even say, boy.
Even with the regular street fight on the street.
They got a camera, boy, chill.
Right?
You know what they said?
Regular street fights, like,
he's black. We can get away with it. He would, like you were saying. Yeah.
Listen. It's like, we watch the news and and we feel things, right? Now, it hits on a deeper level when we are semi-directly connected to things, because George Floyd was one of my best friend's brothers.
Sorry to hear that.
And when and it's like, yo, I'm also caught up with teaching and all of this, but it's like when I connected with him and I put one or two together and I was like, oh shoot, and he called me out when they put up the monument on the junction. It's like I felt it on a different level, because it's like sometimes we watch the news and we're just like, damn, somebody else got shot. But it's like, until it's our friend, until it's yeah, that's when you really feel it. I just feel that, yo, people in society, there's a difference between people in society versus people in professional positions. Yes, we're all human beings, but
Right.
the thing that separates us is that one of us received training.
Right.
That's the thing that separates us. If I basically strike a man tomorrow and I knock that man out and that man goes into a coma,
Right.
right? They're going to handle my case one way based on the fact that
You train.
based on the fact that I'm just like an average person.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that they find out that I trained, and they find out that I'm up there in the degree of black belts,
Mm-hmm.
now they turn around and they handle it much different.
Should they?
Yes, they should.
Why is that?
Because
You know better.
Because I should know better. I receive like
Watch this.
I receive training
Glad you said that.
to have like a better, like a better mindset.
Right.
So like it's like the cop is not wrong for restraining Mr. Floyd, but he's wrong for excessive force.
And then hold on.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Before you even say something.
I forget.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You brung up train.
Yeah.
Something's called home training, right?
Yeah, but
No. Do we have something called home training?
Mm-hmm.
Home training means a lot. And when people used to have the fear of God, and they had God, Christ, man, woman, child, and the black family was married at a highest rate, crime was extremely low. You know why? Because the young black men and the women, usually the black men who do the crimes now, had a good home training.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have good home training under that father leadership, you know how to deal and respect officers because you know how to respect authority. When you don't have the father in the house and you literally have your mother raising you, not saying all mothers, don't kill me, have mothers out there. Women are usually linked to, I want to be liberation free, I want to be free, to the point that they become free of God. When you become free of God,
That's crazy.
you don't have no type of authority. So therefore, you teach your son not to respect authority by these words. You ain't his father. You ain't his mother. That child will listen to that, then he won't ever respect authority. So therefore, nobody can help him. The community back in the day, we ran under village mentality. So therefore, it was authorities in place.
Can I ask a question?
And then one more thing. And now we keep saying the cops. You owe it to your brother to respect him. You owe it to your sister to respect them, to the survival of our people. Once you don't respect them, you have no structure, you have no order. Unfortunately, you won't respect cops because you don't respect nobody, not even yourself. So therefore, we gotta stop playing around and acting like there's so much cops out here just killing everybody in the thousands per year, and it's not. It's black people killing each other in the thousands per year. This is the issue. Unjust. Unjust. How you want to cut it, it's still happening. How many kids are being shot in drive-bys by reckless people? This is happening on the norm. These are extremes, but it's happening. They're shooting at Super Bowls events. They're shooting at bowling alleys. This is crazy how we act dumb like I know what's going on with white man. If you so mad at a white man, protecting you, policing you, then you gotta fix it from the inside. Go ahead.
Let me ask a question. The years that you talking about, I got two questions. The years that you was talking about when the black community and there was fathers in the house, what years are you referring to?
I'm going back from 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and mid 70s.
So let me ask you. So when what was his name? Huey P. Newton?
Yeah.
He didn't have
Black
no
Panther?
home training when they ran up in his house and shot him? He
No,
didn't have no. Hold on. No. Because you said that if we didn't have home training, we would not be disrespecting the police.
No. You're missing the point that I'm making.
All right. So hold on.
The same way the cops got training, and you have incompetent people in there.
That wasn't incompetent. They shot him.
No. I'm making
and then they locked him up and said he shot back.
I'm making my clear point. You can have home training and still have incompetent people.
No, but what you said was that.
What I'm saying, and generally speaking, when we have home training, generally speaking, the crimes are lower.
Right. So
than people who don't have home training.
So my question
Same
is,
with a cop. You could be trained all day long. You still gonna have people who gonna be asshole people who need to be trained more.
So my question
That's
is,
what I'm saying.
Right? So with the home training that we had in the 60s,
crime was low.
But why did they, as a man, you woke up that morning and saw some black kids trying to vote, and you put dogs on them because it was the law.
That wasn't the law,
yes,
bro.
it was. It was illegal for black people to vote. When they tried to vote, they violated them. They shot water at them.
Right.
They stopped. Right. This is in history. Right. They stopped black people
That
from
had nothing to do
voting.
with today, though.
It don't matter. Those cops never got locked up. Those cops were still cops.
They were racist at the time. No,
all right. So did their what do you mean did their racism go away?
No. No. Listen.
I didn't know that racism go away.
You had racist people.
Now hold on.
And racist laws in place back then.
Hold on.
That's what you call Jim Crow.
Hold on,
right?
Hold on, though.
During
right?
the height of racism.
Now when
That's
you
Jim
talk
Crow.
about data,
I'm
right?
agreeing with that. I'm talking about in today's time.
No, look.
Of the breakup of the upflick of
Right.
of crimes.
Right.
I'm saying it's happened. It's linked to not having home training. That's what I'm saying.
Now
to
let
you.
me ask a question. You talk a lot about data. Data is
Go
very
ahead.
good, right?
Mhm.
But do you think that most people who are cops come from a family of cops? You think that's probably most?
It's possible. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
All right, not even most. There's a large amount of cops that come from a family of cops, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of these cops were cops in the 60s when there was racism going on. They took a job that said it's okay to stop this person from doing something with the color of their skin. And you think when civil rights passed, they just said, oh, well, I'm not racist no more. No, they taught the same racism to their children. And they taught the same racism to them children. And those children are the cops today. So why should we trust an organization that labeled the Black Panthers a terrorist but says that the KKK are not? Why would we trust these people? Why would our community trust the cops who are holding us accountable for the few bad apples? Because like you said, there's 14 murders in East New York within 2 weeks, but there's thousands of people who live in East New York. So let's say that each murder was committed by 2 people. That's only 20.
No, I said in this area, East New York, in my area. So I ain't counting the other side of East New York. I'm talking about my area.
Just in your area, there's 14 murders, but
that I know about. Put it that way.
Hundreds of just like the lynchings. You said that there's a couple hundred recorded lynchings.
Yeah.
Now when people hang themselves, they swear it ain't a lynch. This nigga hung himself. Really?
Yeah.
He hung himself. He threw a rope around a fucking tree, jumped on that tree, and hung himself. No, he was lynched.
No. Because right now we gotta understand it is possible. Because you know why? A lot of
black people don't hang themselves.
Yeah, a lot of
period.
Bro, it's a lot of black men committing suicide.
They ain't hanging themselves.
Yes, they are.
You know how hard it is to hang yourself?
It's easy. It's actually easy.
Nah,
it's actually
you're
easy.
Gonna stop. You're gonna stop,
bro. No. You can right now in this room right now. I can literally tie a t-shirt, no, a hoodie, tie it into a knot, shut the window, leave it outside on the high left, and just jump right here.
And I promise you, your nature will bite through that hoodie before you.
No. I ain't saying that. I'm talking about that literally can happen.
No, it can happen. And how many black people do you think are hanging themselves though?
No, but my thing is
down south where they have a history.
See, we going right there. All right, let's go about lynching for a second. There's not a bunch of lynchings going on down south. There's a bunch of we going back to the outlier again.
No.
Just because somebody might lynch themselves or might have got lynched, fine. Either way you go.
Right.
But there's far more people dying to gunplay.
Right.
That's and stabbings. These are the top 2 murders amongst black men.
But what I'm saying
is lynching.
Even
if white men lynch people today, it's still going to be an extreme outlier.
But why would we trust people that when a black man is hanging?
No, but you can't say the cop did it.
No, I'm not saying it. No. I would rather the cop do it for that to be the reason why they say he ain't lynched himself. Because at least you're hiding for yourselves. At least you're covering up your own crime.
So that's the question.
But now these black people are being lynched down south.
So how many other people, women and black women and black men end up missing? They ain't dead and not even recorded.
Right.
They might not record either. So if you got to bring up the lynching not being recorded, I agree with you.
Right.
That same thing had to apply on the black people being missing.
Yes.
Murders.
And
same thing.
Y'all remember.
They're not recording either.
I'm agreeing with you too.
They getting
we
burnt
are treated the way we treated because of things like 14 murders in 2 fucking weeks. That's insane. In one area. We ain't even talking about the whole East New York.
Watch this.
From anyone in Brooklyn know how big East New York is, it's fucking huge. So there should not be 14 murders within a 3-block radius. If there is, that's why we over.
Watch this.
But at the same time,
I'm gonna get an extreme. What about the blood activist who came home from doing from the prison reform? He was doing 20-something years. He came home in 16 years, and shot a man in the head in Harlem, chopped his body up, brought him to his mom's crib, and he kept wearing different disguises. He even wore the guy he killed clothes to leave the building. And it's him. they found the guy's head in the mother freezer. This is a black guy who killed other black people, and then in the same week, a woman was chopped up by a black man. It's all in the same week
From the Bronx?
in New York in general.
Are they from the? That sounds like some Bronx shit.
I think a Hispanic thing happened too when they shot the person up, and the other people helped, like got rid of the body parts, and they let them out on bond. Although there was evidence of mad blood in their in their drain,
Yeah, I
to the
seen
point
that
that the tub couldn't work no more. But they got released on bond. Name cops that's doing shit like that didn't get in trouble in today's time.
Right.
And a homeless man found her body in a shopping cart.
Right.
Then they found her leg on Jamaica Avenue in a tire.
Right.
He was black.
Mm.
But we're going to focus on the plunger in the ass from the 90s. That's still mad, but let's talk about the extremes that we're doing amongst ourselves, the reason why the cops are in the area.
There's no, I don't care how many cops is in the area, people. There's no reason somebody should get a plunger in their ass.
I'm agreeing with you.
What I'm saying is, though, 6 cops just ran up in somebody, just ran up in 2 black people's house in Memphis and just raped them.
5 minutes, UK. 5 minutes.
6 cops just ran up in 2 black people's house in Memphis, 2 black men, and raped them. They just got locked up for it, right?
They're wrong.
Right. You got to really realize what's going on. People are doing things, and they're not being held accountable. There's no reason why they felt like they can do that unless they felt like they can get away with it. 6 people? What is y'all doing?
The dude in Harlem pushed a man in the front of the train.
That's
black
wrong.
guy.
Right.
He put him right in front of the train. And he been released. He been arrested for a bunch of violent crimes.
Mm.
In front of the train for no reason. Then a gay man gets stabbed up on the train. Guess what color was he? Black. A black gay man got stabbed up by another black guy because he didn't like the gay man. Stabbed up on the train. And then you wonder why the cops are on the train. It's needed.
So you're saying that because this shit is happening, this is why the police over-police these neighborhoods. And
Yeah,
I'm saying is because
now
the police, when they do get locked
let's
up
go
for
case by
crime,
case. You give me 3 right now that you know of that happened recently that a cop did what you doing the dramatic things to civilians. Although it's true, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But give me some cases
When,
of recent cases.
recent, what's the rules for recent?
Recent could be within the last 2 years.
2 years? I didn't look up any of 2 years.
All right, so give me one this year.
Charles, I ain't look up. I looked at some real big ones. Let's see. Charles Kinsey shot with his hands up, unarmed. Eric Garner choked for selling cigarettes, and then they started protesting. He can breathe. You got to be a fucked up motherfucker to protest someone's, like, come on. Even if whatever he did, why y'all even protesting that shit?
Watch this.
Let's see.
Tony.
Hold on. Eddie Martin's. Oh no. Eddie Parker and Michael Jenkins raped by the police in Memphis.
All right, let's go with this. Let's go with Tony Temper. Right now, hold on. Tony Temper, Dallas police. In I'm gonna go back to you. Went back. I'm gonna go back. In 2018 or 2019, he was killed by police. He said, "I can't breathe," and the cops killed him right on camera and said, "Yo, stop playing, man. Get up." It killed him, and he was saying, "I can't breathe, man." They on his back the same way. They killed him. It was no major outlaw. Oh, what? No, none of that. No no white life matter. None of that shit happened. But he was literally just straight up killed. Got an ambulance. Oh, I think we killed him, man. And I'm like, why is that not being broadcast? That the cop who killed him should go to jail.
Definitely.
That is fucking OD wrong. I'm agreeing with that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I can give you way more black on black crime in the community, and people say, I get it, could be amongst ourselves. It don't mean you have to kill your brother because you live amongst your brother.
Definitely don't.
It don't mean that. And we keep doing that shit and we giving thugs passes about doing that. I'm just saying, you owe your brother a right, a God's given right, fucking oath. You gave God the oath to make your bloodline survive. your race survive, humanity survive. So you don't supposed to kill your brother because he's black. So what? Oh, he looking at me wrong. What? You could what are we talking about here, bro? It's an issue. I could give you even more cops who killed people unjust in my book. But the fact of the matter is, if you can't compare it to our doing amongst innocent people. You can't. It can't. Look at the girl who died in Mexico, the black girl.
Yeah.
Who got beat up by her own black friends,
Crazy.
left her in Mexico and left and said, "Oh, she died of
What
alcohol
happened?
poisoning."
That's
But y'all
crazy.
broke her neck. Y'all literally broke her neck.
Freaking evil, yo.
What do you
Evil.
think the solution is, though?
The solution
We can
is
argue to the end of time.
no. So the
What do you think
solution.
solution is? I
solution
know what I think
is-
solution is.
Back to the original topic. If we don't want police over policing our areas, then we as civilians gotta turn to the civilians that was in Meteor Man. We gonna have to fight these golden laws, man. If you don't want them to do it, then you have to do it. But unfortunately, in New York, we don't have rights to guns. So the only way to get
They actually
hold
trying to
of
change that.
guns,
You heard that, right?
they need to change it.
The
And the
Constitution
only
said
way
that was
we,
bullshit.
because it's we
It's supposed to have a
right
a
to bear
way
arms.
to even at least make it
to
at
go
least
against the
easy,
government
yeah.
and try to tyranny on that type of shit. I get that. But my thing is, if we want to change it, then we need to be more active, and we need to put more of us in police forces, so therefore we can own guns, carry guns, I should say, / own, rightfully so, and get some type of training to put into things. But mind you, in our community, we scare people from being cops. Now you a cop, you a sucker. We scare people from being cops in our own community because we think they're gonna tell on you. No, you should encourage them to be a cop because that's how you change from the inside out. I cannot change right now. Let's say, for example, I hate Damien living room set. I hate it. I think it's disgusting. But I'm outside saying, I wouldn't do that. I don't like that.
Right.
Now, Damien said, I don't like it neither. You're right. I'm brainwashed Damien to hit on living room set. It would never change if I don't go in the apartment or in his house to actually physically buy new furniture and put it there. Or
right.
else I'm outside just talking. So if for us to change the system, we have to encourage more black people to be in the system to change it.
My opinion is that
My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
No doubt.
I think the only way to change the system is, number one, you could be fucking Mike Lowry. You ain't changing the system. You feel me? If the government want this to happen, it's all about an individual situation, right? It's individual. Because there's niggas who was racist in the army and they saved black people because they were living with them. They were seeing them every day and not just standing
That's
there
a
and
fact.
watching them. There's racist people who went to war with black people. There are people who, and there are racist cops who will save their black partner, right? Because you're living with the person. I think, one, we need to monetize community, some type of community connection with the police. Instead of saying, yo, the more people you bring in, the more money you get. No. Do some community service. It's harder for someone to hate you if they know you. It's hard for them to not see you as a person if they know you, no matter what no one say. You can go to work and they be like, yo, it's all blue. But when you get out in them streets, if you know Ock on the corner and you know Pookie and Ray Ray and you know them, you know where Pookie live, you're going to be like, yo, Ray Ray, stop playing before I knock you out. But you might not shoot him. And he might be like, damn, the cop over there, you know what I'm saying? It's harder for the police to treat the citizens like they in a war zone if they're in the war zone doing more than just being an occupying army. So I think we need to, also
Pretty small.
more accountability for their actions. Because if you tell someone, yo, listen, we gonna hold you down, you know, if you shoot someone unjustly, we gonna fight. But if you get charged, that's your ass, people would not be shooting people unjustly. All the ones where they just obviously shot this nigga his hands up, most of those will stop. Now, if it's this nigga back was turned, he was running and the cop shot him, okay, we can investigate that and see what happened. But hands up, you shooting niggas, you popping out shooting niggas with toy swords in Walmart, you doing, come on, none of that would happen because niggas would know I'm going to get held way accountable. Just like doctors don't even perform on you if you ain't got insurance because they don't want to go to jail.
No, but what I'm saying is this, right? The same way how you said that cops should be in our community and want to understand us as black people, X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. The same way I encourage black people to do ride-alongs.
Nah,
do ride-along. I encourage every black person to go, because you could do it. You go right to the precinct and ask for a ride-along. And you'll be in back of ride-along. You make, God damn, this shit crazy. You don't even get out the car.
That's what they should do.
I would want ride-along
I think that's a good idea.
You gotta have both of them going on. One time, I was on ride-along by accident. I got arrested over Chinese food. I'm gonna get into that. I wasn't even wrong. But I'm in the back.
Can't be stealing them
Yo,
General Tso's chicken.
Not even she lied on me. She lied on me. She lied on me.
Asian tears.
Yeah, Asian tears was dangerous, man. She said, "Okay, officer."
Yo, you don't get banned on YouTube.
Yo, right. Yo,
damn.
You just lost the Asian person watching, yo.
Hold on. How do that shit?
He like, word.
So mind you, I get arrested and I'm in the back of the car and they decide to go on a ride along, bro. And I'm seeing them pulling over a bunch of run around people. I'm like, yo, if this dude shoot, I'm in the back of this car. This shit bulletproof? I don't know. But you see the crazy ass activity they go through, and I'm innocent. So they put us all in the same car. I'm like, what am I doing in a car with these two niggas?
They knew you was gonna have this podcast one day. They like, yo, that nigga right there gonna have a podcast. We gonna let him know, so he gonna tell us.
You go ahead, me. That's words.
Yeah, like how
my bad.
Like how I've been starting off like all my statements. I hear you and I hear you. I mean, both of y'all have some good points, right?
That was good, bro.
I'm gonna say that we grew up in the era of the Guardian Angels, if I'm not mistaken, right? Remember?
No, yeah.
Or maybe I'm showing my age.
No, you are. Because I believe it too. I seen it too. So we both my age.
So like, yeah, like the era of the Guardian Angels was, for all of you young bucks out there, the Guardian Angels weren't employed law enforcement task force. The Guardian Angels was basically, you basically showed up. The Guardian Angels office used to be in Times Square. You showed up and you basically say, I want to help to make my community better. And as long as you had the heart, you had the passion, they inducted you into the Guardian Angels. They gave you your patch, they gave you your beret, and they gave you your T-shirts, and you basically walked around patrolling the streets. The Guardian Angels were so-called the extra eyes of the police officers. But I believe the Guardian Angels were more than that. The Guardian Angels were the extra eyes of everybody. The Guardian Angels made sure that no crooked police activities were going on.
I didn't know about that.
And the Guardian Angels
played both roles.
Exactly. Also made sure that the streets were cleaned up. So before an officer would have to be called in to assess the situation, the Guardian Angels, like you said, they knew Ray, they knew Pookie. They would walk over to them and they'll say, come on, like, let's get rid of that. The Guardian Angels would even be the people to basically like have the balls to collect a gun from somebody and semi-anonymously turn it into the police officers. Right. Here, I retrieved this. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I wish the Guardian Angels will come back. Like I actually seen on a newspaper a couple of months ago.
They did. It's called Demon Time.
Yeah.
Niggas demons now.
They did. Some who ran for mayor against Mayor Adams.
Yeah. But I believe that was a great era for New York. The Guardian Angels were a key figure and played a key role and a key part in actually bringing down crime. It wasn't just like, okay, we were like, yes sir and being all respectful of cops. It wasn't like it wasn't this thing that we had these great police officers on the street, but it was more so that the community was accountable and took it into their hands. So I mean, I truly believe that, you know, that we have to be the change that we wish to see. But at the same time, we have to know our rights and we have to not be afraid nor timid to use our voice. Last thing, like one of the most prolific things that I've seen is that growing up in Flatbush, whenever a cop approached me, man, when I tell you, after the interaction was over, I asked myself, did I just demonstrated respect or did I demonstrated fear? I honestly didn't know which one I demonstrated. I just like, you know, it's like I felt like whatever question they asked, I had to answer it. You know, it's almost like I didn't know my rights. One of the most prolific things that I seen was once I started doing business with, you know, with like Italians and whatever, like, and we were doing, you know, like events and stuff like that. I remember a police car pulled up and they were saying something like, you know, like, you're blocking the sideway with equipment. You got to move this stuff, like move this stuff. And my partner / boss.
I heard it.
Yeah, like, well, yeah, to y'all. Well, like my partner / boss, like Uncle Scotty, we call Uncle Scotty. He basically stood up for himself and he stood up for me, and he was just
I'm gonna stop the audio.
And he basically was like, "F out of here." He was like, "F out of here. We're not breaking any law." You like, like you see my black friend out here, and you kind of like approached him, and you didn't know that I was coming out. F out of here. Go do your job. You like you know, there's crime up the block. Go do that. You know, like, so from that moment on,
what did the cops do?
You know, like, they just drove off. There was no answer back. Nothing.
Not even an answer back.
Not even an.
Do you feel like you could have did that?
No.
And why? And that's why
Exactly.
we don't trust the police, because you're talking about the Italian who they have a mafia.
But
They had a mafia.
Yo, son, it ran out.
Yo, my man, stop it. Watch him.
Yeah, it ran out.
I was like, yo, the audio's still going. The audio's still going.
I want to go on there, but the camera is going. I'm like, shit, the audio's
Man, like,
going.
see, my
Man.
hanger.
All right, y'all, later,
Man,
y'all.
like, yo, you're my hanger speak for no goddamn reason. I want to make my points and I want visuals for my point.
Love, man.